Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Divedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on a daily basis to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of last segment. Which of the following water bodies shares a border with Ukraine? Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea or Lake Baikal? The correct answer to this question is Black Sea. Let's look at the explanation. Recently the US has imposed new sanctions on Russia, and the latest tension is due to worries both in the US and the European allies over Russia's recent troop buildup on the border of Ukraine. Look at the Black Sea. It shares its borders with Ukraine, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey, Georgia, and as well as Russia. Alright, so let's move on and look at the next question. Consider the following statements regarding Indian Ocean Dipole. It is a regular phenomenon occurring in Indian Ocean, and its negative phase brings good rains over India. This year, Indian Meteorological Department is forecasting a weak Indian Ocean Dipole. So we have to select the statement which is or are correct. So if we talk about Indian Ocean Dipole, it is an irregular phenomenon and not a regular phenomenon. So the first statement becomes incorrect. And its positive phase brings good rains over India and not the negative. So the second statement is also incorrect. The only correct answer to this question would be option 3, because this year Indian Meteorological Department is forecasting a weak IOD. The correct answer to this question is option C. Recently, Indian Meteorological Department has forecasted weak Indian Ocean Dipole and neutral conditions in the Central Pacific Ocean. IOD is an irregular oscillations of sea surface temperature in which the western Indian Ocean becomes alternately warm and then colder than the eastern part of the ocean. The positive phase corresponding to warmer sea surface temperature brings good rainfall in India. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following countries: Ghana, Chad, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Benin. So we have to select the neighboring countries of Nigeria. The neighboring countries of Nigeria are Chad, Cameroon and Benin. That means the correct answer to this question is option D, 2, 3 and 5 only. Recently, the United Nations reported a terror attack in the northeastern Nigerian town, prompting 8,000 to flee across the border into Niger. There are 4 neighboring countries of Nigeria, namely Niger, Chad, Cameroon and Benin. So, Benin, Niger, Cameroon and Chad, they border Nigeria. Moving on. Heparin-induced thrombocytopenia, recently seen in the news, is reduction of which of the following components of blood? It's actually related to platelets. The correct answer would be option B, and it has been found that people vaccinated by corona vaccines are developing blood clots in the days following vaccination, and this adverse reaction resembles a reaction to heparin, that is a blood thinner. Heparin can induce a condition where the platelet number dips and blood clots form. This is known as heparin-induced thrombocytopenia, and this is unusual because it is the platelets that help in clotting the blood and, for example, preventing damage at injury sites. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding Raisina Dialogue. It has its inception from Shangri-La Dialogue, and the conference is hosted by the Observer Research Foundation and Ministry of External Affairs of India. So we have to select the correct statement. Both of them being correct, the correct answer would be option C. The Raisina Dialogue is a multilateral conference held annually in New Delhi, and since its inception in the year 2016, the conference has emerged as India's flagship conference on geopolitical and geoeconomics. This conference is hosted by the Observer Research Foundation and Ministry of External Affairs of India. It is designed on the lines of Singapore's Shangri-La Dialogue, and the theme for the 2020 conference was Navigating the Alpha Centuries. Next question. Salma Dam is a friendship dam made by India in which of the following countries? Actually, this particular dam belongs to Afghanistan. The correct answer would be option C, and Salma Dam is a friendship dam funded and constructed by India in Afghanistan. It is a hydroelectric and irrigation dam project. It is located on the Hari River in Chishti Sharif district of Herat province in western Afghanistan. Moving on, consider the following statements regarding Archaeological Survey of India. It is under the Ministry of Tourism, and it has declared 25 monuments as Adarsh Smarak. So we have to select the correct statement. Yes, if we talk about the second statement, it had declared 25 monuments as Adarsh Smarak in the first phase, and in the second phase, 75 more monuments have been added, taking the number to 100. So the second statement is incorrect, and the first statement is also incorrect because this comes under the Ministry of Culture. So neither one nor two. Option D would be the correct answer. And recently ASI has ordered the closure of all 137 temples and monuments under its control in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana owing to COVID-19 pandemic. It is under the Ministry of Culture. It is the premier organization for the archaeological research and protection of the cultural heritage of the nation. 25 monuments have been declared as Adarsh monuments in phase 1, while the 75 more monuments were declared and now taking the number 200. Next question. The city Natanz, recently seen in the news, is related to which of the following? Spaceport, nuclear site, water canal, dialogue forum. It is actually a nuclear site in Iran, so the correct answer would be option B. The city Natanz is located in Iran and it is the country's main nuclear site. Recently, there has been an explosion in the city. This has caused speculations that it may derail the ongoing nuclear deal negotiations. And in response to this explosion, Iran has initiated the process of increasing uranium enrichment to 60%, closer to the 90% level required for nuclear weapons. Next question. Which of the following ministry or institutions has launched Eat Smart Cities Challenge and Transport for All Challenge? Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is the correct answer. So the correct answer would be option A. Recently, Mohua launched the Eat Smart Cities Challenge and Transport for All Challenge. Mohua is actually the acronym for Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and the challenges aim to create an environment of right food practices and habits to make public transport safe, affordable, comfortable and reliable. Antyodaya Divas is observed to mark the birth anniversary of which of the following eminent people? It's actually Deen Dayal Upadhyay, so the correct answer would be option D. Recently, alumni meets were organized across the country under Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushalya Yojana to commemorate 75 years of independence. And every year, 25th September is observed as Antyodaya Divas to mark the birth anniversary of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, one of the great thinkers and philosophers of nationalist movements of the country. Also, the government of India announced it for the first time in 2014 along with the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. Antyodaya actually means uplifting the poorest of the poor, and the day aims to reach the person in the last mile. Moving on, consider the following sentences about Chilika Lake. It is Asia's largest and world's second largest lagoon. It was designated as the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention, and Kalijaya Temple located on the island in Chilika Lake. So which of the following sentences is or are correct? Which of the sentences given above? Beg your pardon. So all the three being correct, the correct answer would be option B. Chilika Lake is Asia's largest lagoon and world's second largest lagoon, and it lies on the east coast of India in the state of Odisha, separated from the mighty Bay of Bengal by a small strip of sand. And in 1981, Chilika Lake was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. And a major attraction at Chilika is actually Irrawaddy dolphins, which are often spotted off Satapada Island, and the large Nalabana Island forest of reeds covering about 16 square kilometers in the lagoon area was declared a bird sanctuary in 1987. Kalijaya Temple located on the island in Chilika Lake. Moving on, let's look at the practice question for our next segment. Consider the following statements regarding pterosaurs. It was a reptile species close to dinosaurs, and pterosaurs were the first animals after insects to evolve powered flight. The monkey-dactyl fossil recently discovered belongs to pterosaur species, so we have to select the correct statement. I hope you'll be able to answer it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with a similar segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.